You know what? I'm loving so many people are here this morning.
Yeah.
Love that.
Because some conversations I have with people and they're like, oh, really? That really happened to you? And I'm like, what bubble are you living in?
It actually doesn't have a positive effect on the body.
They know that they don't know and still won't go out and find the information.
Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2018 Innovation Award winner, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. And I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers. It's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And being part of that team, reached out directly and indirectly to over 400,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world, and we're still doing it. Still doing it. As always, I like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. And you're watching The Morning Vibe with myself and my co-host, Ryan Knight, who is not with us today, but the show goes on. Want to say welcome to everyone, whether you're watching live or on the replay. It's appreciated, not taken for granted. So what did everyone do this weekend? Actually, Ryan and I were talking. I went down to the Operation Black Vote Canada Black Men's Summit on Saturday. And we told you, the people who watch regularly, that we were going to go down there. So I went down there, watched for a little while. It was very interesting. They had a very good turnout. I think I left after a few hours because I had to come back, but they had a pretty full room and they had a lot of good conversations. A gentleman named Frank Bayless, who was a former member of Canadian Parliament, who's running for the Liberal leadership, whose mother was born in Barbados, and can't remember where his father was born, but he gave a presentation saying, please support me, or at least register if you're do so in regards to political party, the Liberal Party, to vote in regards to a leader. So that went well. Sherwin of Art of Catering was on point. Man, did he put on a spread. So Carolyn from Any Juice Shack Bar, you didn't see what I ate on Saturday. You would not be pleased, but I said, you know what? I went in on Saturday because Sherwin the food was so good. And actually met some other people. I've actually got to send some messages to some people. Had a great conversation with Dr. Carl James, who's been a social scientist at York University forever. And we had a great half-an-hour conversation of what's going on in the United States of America. And I'm actually gotta follow up with him to see if he will come on the show, because he would be someone you'd love to listen to and love to know more about. There is also a civil suit, or a lawsuit against the Canadian government being what's the word? There's a lawsuit by a group of Black Canadian members of the Federal Civil Service, and a gentleman named Nicholas Thompson, who's leading that, was there, and he came up to me. He recognized me. I don't know why, but he seemed to know who I was, and he asked for my contact information, and within 10 minutes, he sent everything to my phone. I've got to reach out to him today because I always want to get more people on the platform so you can learn. Because when I do these, I want people to do one of three things. And this may be for entrepreneurs too. With your product or service, what I'm doing, I want you to think something, or do something, or say something. Think something, do something, say something. And I see Dr. Chin in the background. I don't know if she's going to be writing that down. Something tells me she's going to write that down. So I'm giving a little hint of who's on today. Well, if you haven't read the posts, which is on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, all over the place, it was a great experience. The operation, it was a good thing. Saturday afternoon, did primetime Saturday with the Ish and Lala. You need to check that out because they went in big time about all the executive orders 47 is put through and their impact, and also what Black Americans, their suggestions on what Black Americans need to do going forward. And then yesterday afternoon, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., Cesar, Nadima Musa, and Cesar went in on what was going on. Not only just really talked about what's going on in the United States, and he talked about the fate of DEI employees in the United States, because as you see, the federal government is in the United States just put DEI on hold. They've basically told that anyone involved in DEI, don't come in, we'll pay you, which eventually means they're going to get let go. And then last night, so from 8 till about 20 to 10, I hosted a conversation on Black Men Can Talk about reparations with a gentleman, Chevy X, who's a professor at Dalhousie University. And it was sort of a wonderful moment because I remember Chevy X when he was younger, and now being a professor and has traveled all around the world in regards to reparations, even doing stuff with the UN, et cetera, et cetera. So it was a wild moment, but a beautiful moment. That's an hour and a half conversation. So if I'm sounding a little tired, and in the morning time, especially in the winter, my sinuses, I get very nasally. So bear with me. So Fitness IQ Cam says, "Morning. What is up, Fitness IQ Cam?" JJ Mars, "Good morning, Dr. Vibe and chat. How are things in Colorado?" You know, you're our Colorado weather correspondent. And JJ Mars, "What are your thoughts after 1 week of 47? 1 week. There's so much stuff going on. Absolutely crazy." So that is a little bit of what's going on. I see our friend that's coming on today. She has her notebook, and I'm going, "Oh no, people should be taking notes about you. I don't know why you're taking notes. Have I said anything of value yet? I don't know if I have or not." She's got her things written down. There you go. Yeah. So that's some of the stuff that's going on in my world. Congested, but not stopping me. It's not stopping me. What we got going on today, we've got a returning friend coming on today, a returning friend joining us today. But I've sort of given a hint of who it is, but I'm not going to do anything more till we give her official. I like to call her something, but she says she is not. And I don't know if she's not going to, if I say it live, she'll probably disown me, her and her wonderful daughter. So I'm not going to do that. I see her nodding in the background. Says she has me under manners. You know, she has me under manners. She liked that. But yeah. So yeah, what were people up over the weekend? What's going on in the comment section? What were you up to this weekend? Did you stay inside? Did you go out? Did you just take a break? You know, but we're looking forward to it. Lots of stuff coming up. Lots of stuff coming up. So what we're going to do, we're going to quick break. And when we come back, we're going to have a returning. Oh, hold on. We got something in the comments. JJ Marsh says 14 degrees here. 45's odd behavior just continues. Well, yep. Excuse me. Let me have some water. Fitness IQ says, stay in my yard. Fitness IQ, stay in my yard. I know. I hear you. There's enough craziness going out there. All right. So we are going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to have a returning friend with us. So we'll be back in about 30 seconds on the Morning Vibe with Dr. Vibe. Ryan is not with us today, but the show goes on. See you in a bit.
If the black dollar was not important, they wouldn't be doing these type of commercials to get your business back.
The same people who don't want gun checks, mental health checks, all for open carry. And when your kid gets shot in school, they offer thoughts and prayers. Make it make sense.
Y'all don't understand how our government works.
I think the lesson that we learned from that 4 years is how miserable people are. Their misery is contagious.
Yes, make sure you check it out. Saturday afternoons, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, primetime Saturday with Aisha and Lala, where they try to make sense of the nonsense that's going on in the United States. All right. Fitness IQ says, and debut a sneak peek. A sneak peek of what? I don't know what you're talking about. Sneak peek of what? So you can put that in the comment section. All right, let's do some housework before we get going. So, as always, please subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. We have broken the 1,660 barrier. Yay, yay, yay. And our next goal is 1,670. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel and you feel willing to do so, please do that. We'd love that. At least share it out and tell other people about it. Also, like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Excuse me. Something tells me it's going to be a push to get this done today, but we're going to get it done. Email me at dr. VIBE at the drvibeshow.com to advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I'm a part of. Email me again, dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. Indie Soup TV, Indie Soup Media, which is the brainchild, the driving force, Dr. Tachi out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where it's warmer. But I've heard I heard they had snow in Florida last week, or it was really chilly. But Indie Soup Media TV, independent content creators platform, about 30 independent content creators. In 9 months, over 22,000 YouTube subscribers. So that's their YouTube link. That's the website. And a lot of the content that I do on my platform is shared and distributed on that platform in edited versions. For example, this conversation. Also, too, please check this out if you are available on the Dr. Vibe Show this Wednesday at 8 p.m., which is January 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern. David Lewis Pert will be talking about the importance of positive representations of Black men and masculinity. Check it out. Check it out. And then also coming up this Friday, we'll have our monthly visit from Minnie on Cam in regards to news and thoughts from the disabled lens, disabled community. Yeah, so that is what's coming up. So should I do da-da-da-da? This is who we have this morning. FLIK FX Advertising is an innovative drone advertising company based in Ontario, in Toronto, specializing in creative, captivating aerial commercials that light up the sky. Founded by Dr. Shevonne Chin, as I like to call it, Canada's first female swarm drone pilot. FLIK FX Advertising is a pioneer in merging cutting-edge drone technology with creative marketing strategies to deliver unforgettable brand experiences. The company is driven by commitment to excellence, innovation, and sustainable advertising solutions that engage audiences in unique and impactful ways. So I blew the horn, and this is who I blew the horn for. Dr. Shevonne Chin. What's up?
Everybody? Hi.
Hi, good morning. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. And yourself?
Blessed, highly favored, magnet for miracles, solution for someone's problem, and Blackalicious.
And I like that.
But yeah, you certainly do. What's been going on? Chinese New Year.
Yeah, we're in the thick of things. Thank God for, all that he has done. 2025 has started out amazing. And, we're looking forward to everything that, God will put his hands in.
Yes. Receive. So let's get right into this. So what inspired you to pursue a career in drone technology and advertising?
Fireworks. I started out in fireworks. I still have a deep love. It is, my first love. I still sell fireworks for personal use. We are the only 24-hour fireworks store in the world. Where you can pick up.
Hold on, in the world?
Yeah, in the world. Nobody else is open 24 hours.
I recline. Go ahead.
So our model is similar to Amazon. We say that we're the Amazon of fireworks. You place your order online, and it's you can pick it up. It's ready within 15 minutes. 24-hour pickup, quick, easy. It's ready curbside. A lot of people underestimate fireworks and how often people use fireworks. And I laugh when people say, isn't fireworks just, seasonal? And I say, well, no. If you stop and think about it, in Ontario alone, we have a public holiday every 4 to 6 weeks. Every country has their own celebration. Every culture has their own celebration. And then there's your concerts, there's your festivals, there's your weddings, there's birthdays, there's baby showers, and the list goes on. So we found that outside of the traditional holidays, people do use fireworks, and we found the gap that they were looking for quality fireworks outside of the traditional holiday hours. So being open 24 hours, we provide convenience and the opportunity to pick up and shop at your will.
What has been the distance wise the farthest client you've dealt with? Because you said you're the only one open 24 hours in the world. So distance wise, what's the furthest client you've
I've
had?
had people call me from Ohio. I've had people call me from Niagara Falls. St. Catharines. I see Peterborough. I see Barrie. Especially during the peak holidays, you'll find that when the traditional stores are closed, the big box stores that people usually will go to at 9 p.m., 10 p.m., they're closed. So the market is wide open between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m., I would say.
Wow. All
Our
right.
Google search is impeccable just because when everybody else is closed, if you search, we're the only ones that's open.
That's
so
great.
We figured that out, and it works for us. So we're not competing with anybody. We're happy for everybody who wants to jump into the market. It's big enough that there's room for everybody. And our business model just is that we're open 24 hours. So when everybody else is closed, we're always open.
How is that done staffing wise? Because I know you hardly sleep, but who covers the bases when you are sleeping?
Well, I started in fireworks. I no longer handle the day-to-day duties of fireworks, thankfully. I've been able to pass that on to my children.
Good.
Yeah, so they're able to handle the deliveries and take the orders. I transitioned then from selling the fireworks to doing the professional shows.
Nice.
Somebody called me and said, well, I don't want to do the fireworks. Can you come out and do it for me? So I figured out how to get licensed, trained, certified, and I pursued all of that. I'm a professional display supervisor with endorsements, so I can do rooftops and boats and all the funny stuff. I then went on to do pyrotechnic license, which is separate than fireworks. Most people think that they're interchangeable, which they're not. They need two separate licensings. How I like to describe it is pyrotechnics is more what you would see on stage, up close, less noise. Fireworks are more what you see in the sky, big bangs and booms. Does that make sense?
Do you want me to get that clip and send it to you?
Yeah.
All right. Minnie on Cam says morning. So hello, Minnie on Cam. And Mr. Wayne Harris, good morning, doctor and all. Hope you are doing fine, Wayne and family. Always good to see you here. We're hanging out with Dr. Shevonne Chin of FLIK FX. Another question for you, conversation piece. How did you become Canada's first female swarm drone pilot? And what is a swarm drone pilot?
Right. So I started from fireworks. I became the display supervisor and started to do professional shows. And simultaneously, the person that I was apprenticing with, they were also doing drones. So I had the opportunity to work with drones. And in working with drones, I realized the opportunity of where drones were going. So I then, after getting the fireworks license and the pyrotechnic license, I went to pursue my pilot license. And in doing swarm drones, which is very specific, that's where you have multiple drones working in synchronization to create images in the sky. So they've got regular drones, which can do surveillance or can take pictures, agriculture. They've all got all different kinds of drones, but in this particular setting, I am the first woman swarm drone pilot in Canada.
Wow. That is nice. That is nice. Can you share some of the challenges and milestones along the way to that process?
Well, to get your pilot license is interesting. Um, so people, when I say, well, you have your pilot license, can you fly me to Jamaica? And technically, the pilot license that you take is all the same, whether it's a drone, whether it's a commercial plane, whether it's a passenger plane. The end result license is the same, but the training is different. So to fly a passenger train, your training is different than it would be if you're flying a drone. So the requirements there are a lot different. So you have your pilot license, but then you have your other requirements, which would be passenger flight, commercial flight, drone flight. So there's different classes of pilot license within the field. So that's the first clarification that most people say. So you can fly me? No, no, no. I can't fly you. I can fly the drones. We haven't gotten to the point yet where we are looking now at drone mobility, where there will be passenger drones, where it will be like drone taxis. Instead of getting an Uber, you get a drone to pick you up and drop you off. So we're looking at different ways of how drones will affect the future.
All right. This industry, the drone, it's always changing. How do you keep up?
Well, really, it's about staying ahead of what's being posted, staying in the conferences, being a part of the different memberships. There's a Black Pilot Association. There's a Black Pilot Network. There's a Canadian Drone Association. So there's different networks that you can be in so that you're ahead of what's happening, and to really just do your research and pay attention and be parts of these communities.
That's good. That's good. So I know you get this asked a lot, but I don't know if you've answered this in a while here. How has your experience been as a woman in a male-dominated field like drone technology? Actually, let me correct that. How has your experience been as a Black woman in a male-dominated field like drone technology?
Well, I take this Black title and I put it there, and I can remove it because not only am I the first Black woman, but I am the first woman. So, it goes both ways. In terms of being on the field and showing up, oftentimes you're underestimated. However, I have this thing that I said, that exceed their expectations, so validation is not required. So when you get in there and you figure out what's on the playing field, and that you've exceeded their expectations, it kind of disarms them. So I find that instead of going in there and saying, hey, I know the most and I'm the best, if you go in there humble and you ask questions, it disarms people. So I figure that, I may know the most, but they may have the most experience. So why not learn from what they have, as opposed to going in there and saying, I'm a woman, blah, blah, blah. No, we're all here to get the job done. Let's get it done. And what can I learn while I'm here?
Very nice. Excellent. Frequency Event Promotion says, hi, Dr. Vibe, and also says, hi, Shevonne, FLIK Fireworks Chin.
Well, you see, we've renovated and we've renewed the name now.
Yes.
We're now FLIK FX. You got to check us out.
Yes, you're not keeping up there, Frequency. She's making moves.
We've rebranded and we've relaunched. Mind you, FLIK Fireworks is still there. We still love the fireworks, but me personally, I am into the drones right now, and we're looking at where it's going. We understand that drones are the future, and if we don't get into the program and into the industry, we will be left behind. So my mandate is really to get in here, understand what we're dealing with, and get it into as many faces and ears as possible.
So this leads, just piggybacking about being a Black woman in this area. What
Yes.
what advice would you give young women aspiring to enter the STEM fields or entrepreneurship?
Here's what I love about Jones and specifically is the learning curve is short. It's an career alternative path. So you don't have to go into college and university for 8 to 10 years. Not that I'm disrespecting college. You know, if that's the field that you need to go into, you need that kind of education, great. But we're now understanding the way the world is working, and you can get your pilot license within months. You can be an entrepreneur using this drone and make money within months, and you could be lucrative. Dr. Vibe, you introduced me to the young man who's working with drones in roofing. There's
Yeah.
drone agriculture, there's drone construction, there's drone photography, there's drone real estate. There's right now the government is using drones to de-ice the hydro lines. Whereas they used to have to send out a helicopter, you put a big weight on a drone and you can hit the hydro lines. You're saving money, you're efficient, you're getting government contracts. There's so many verticals and there's so many, and again, we were just talking about drone mobility. So we really need to get in here. And when I keep saying we, I mean us as Black people. We need to be represented in this field, and we need to understand that there's money here.
Lots of money. All right. There are people chiming in saying hello. J-Cell Murphy. I have not heard from you in a minute. So good. Hey, and just a promo for her, J-Cell. If you're in the Greater Toronto area and you need organization inside your home, J-Cell Murphy is the person you go
Not just
to.
your home, in your mind, in your heart, in your
whoa, here we go. So
he
J-Cell,
declutters it all.
so J-Cell, if you're more than happy, if you want to put your contact information in the chat, more than happy to. Frequency of Rep Promotions goes, hi, Shevonne, FLIK FX Chin. He gets it right, all right? Dr. Tachi, we mentioned her a few minutes ago, is in the house, says good morning all, definitely. Frequency Event Promotions, congratulations on the rebrand, Shevonne. Let me know if you need anything print related. Okay. The Macmillan, I'll hold off. Minion Cam says Black people need to be in every industry, hobby, and sporting event. I remember when I found we have Jamaican race car drivers, I was so happy. So now we're going back. Some heavy hitters are now asking about questions. Wayne Harris says, what percentage of your clients are Black or people of color?
So far, 100% of my clients.
Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. I started in the Black community. Me personally, I went to who I understood the brands would work for and work with. When I started my own, like personally, I've worked with other companies, I've worked with larger brands, but me personally, all my clients have been Black.
Good stuff. Ray McMillan Group, Mortgages and Real Estate says, good morning, everyone. You mentioned drone taxis. How far out in the future do you see that happening?
Not that far. I've gone to several conferences. I was at Centennial College the other day talking to the aerospace engineer, and they brought me in specifically because they were talking about drones and they were talking about mobility in a new sense. People were thinking phones as mobility, but they're now thinking as drones as mobility, and they already have the prototypes and the designs, and it's in testing. So I would say sooner than we think.
Good to know. Everyone, we are here chatting with Dr. Shevonne Chin. I should have put the DR, in fact, of FLIK FX. I got another conversation piece here for you. How does FLIK FX Advertising combine drone technology with creative marketing strategies?
Great question.
Well, once in a while, I have a good one for you.
So here's what we're doing that's different and what sets us apart. Drones in Canada, in the world right now, are typically being used for entertainment base. So people are gathered to sit and watch a show. So that makes it an entertainment base. What we're doing is we're changing it to an advertising where you're looking at a commercial in the sky. So we're not looking for you to sit and watch it. We're looking like a billboard. You don't sit and watch a billboard. You look at it and you keep moving. So in that sense, you increase your traffic and you increase your exposure because it's something that's sitting in the sky as people are constantly moving.
Simple to the point. All right. So what makes drone advertising more impactful than traditional forms of advertising, in your opinion?
If you look at our website, FLIK FX, can you pull that up, or would you like me to pull it up? So what was your question again? My apology.
In your opinion, what makes drone advertising more impactful than traditional forms of advertising?
All right. So based on right here at our homepage, if you look at a billboard, we are above the billboard and your attention goes to the sky automatically. So if I am to put, for instance, let's use Tim Hortons, we put their logo in the sky, we put a donut in the sky, and then we put a QR code in the sky. You scan the QR code and it's buy one, get one free. You have the visual, then you have the incentive to get out there and buy the donut. So we are then tracking your pre-data, your live data, and your post data. So we can now tell you how many people interacted with it. We can tell you your impressions. We can tell you how many people bought this actual donut. We can tell you how long they stayed on your website. So really, this is very a data-driven business. So we're showing you that you're at the right place at the right time. And as our slogan says, we're using the power of the sky and your brand is center stage.
You know, I just thought I'm going to reach out to you because I have an idea of us collaborating together on something. It just came to my alleged mind. There's an idea that just popped right into my head. So this is good. This is good. So can you also explain the process of creating a drone-based advertisement? How do you manage the coordination of multiple drones into a, quote, swarm, unquote?
So typically, this is 300 drones in the sky right here. So we do the pre-programming. We sit with the brand. We understand what their slogan is. We understand what it is they're trying to convey, whether it is a discount, whether it is a new product, whether it is an anniversary. So we understand what they're trying to do, and then we suggest the best way to do it, and then we design it.
So good, right to the point, bang. So the Macmillan Group has a question. So is drone advertising the 21st century version of the Goodyear blimp?
Absolutely. It's almost like a commercial in the sky.
Nice. Nice.
Well,
That's a great,
like it is a commercial in the sky.
that's a great question, but no surprise from the Macmillan Group. No surprise. So what kind of technology and software do you use to synchronize drone movements and designs?
That's all worked into with the design software. So we use it's specific to the drones. So with the drones, it comes a built-in software, and we use the software to then create the designs. So we could go as far as creating Dr. Vibe's face in the sky, then put his Dr. Vibe logo, and then...
No, I don't want people running inside, please and thank you. But that's a cool thought, but not my face. Maybe someone better looking, not me. So well, family, go ahead. I know you're gonna have a response to that.
Again, so our ideal customers right now is we're looking at marketing and advertising agencies who are already using billboards, commercials, TVs, and saying, okay, here's another medium that you can use. Secondary, I would say, would be charities who are looking to promote, we could increase their impressions, we could increase their outreach just by being in the right place at the right time. Instead of sending out mailers, instead of being on the radio, you're in the sky. If you put a QR code in the sky, what are people going to do? They're going to click it just out of curiosity.
That's good. Yeah, so Minion Cam says it's Sky Banner Advertising.
Yes.
Okay. Family, we are talking with Dr. Chin. You put out the questions because I know a little bit about her. Once she's off this program, good luck trying to get a hold of her. She is like bang, bang, bang. So we fit her. We fit into her schedule today. We fit into her schedule today. So that is so cool. So ask away with your questions. Another conversation piece I have, just give me a second here. What are some of the safety measures and regulatory challenges you face in operating a fleet of drones for advertising?
Okay, so you have to have, obviously, insurance is a major thing. You have to be licensed in order to get a permit. Permits are regulated by Navigation Canada. Your license is regulated by Transport Canada. These two agencies do work together. So it's very highly regulated. Our drones are controlled and encased in a geofence. So when within the permit, they go up and then we encase them in a geofence so they can't fly outside of the area that is specified within the fence. So that keeps it safe. And secondary, because we're not doing entertainment, we're not looking for people to necessarily be sitting and watching the show. So we're not sitting with people having an audience. So the likelihood of injury is less because there's nobody sitting there. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. So for people watching on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel, I've just put up a poll, and the poll is: are you interested or wanting to find out more about drone advertising? So go to the poll. I see someone's already clicked on. So we'll give the poll results at the end of the conversation just to see what the interest
I would
is.
like to know how many people have actually seen a drone show where they're in entertainment, period. Has anybody?
Wow. Man, you know what we should have done? We should have asked what question we put out there before we went live. But ask that. So let me put. So what's your question again?
Has anybody actually seen a drone light show?
I'm gonna put that. Anyone seen a drone light show? So I'm putting on the screen what Shevonne just said. Respond in the comments, and it can either be in real time watching live or after the show on the replay. Be very interested because I certainly will pass on that information to her.
Thank you.
All right. This is good. So we're doing things on the fly as usual here on the Morning Vibe. Well, not as usual. Most of the time we somewhat of some organization. All right. Questions, people, put them down. Okay, we got a lot of things coming up here. All right. So Colin Williams says, send love from Lorena and Colin. And also C Nurse K says, good morning, all. Yes, I have seen a drone and light show at the CNE.
The CNE show was with the company that I work with.
There you go. 100%. 100%. And then Wayne Harris has a question. So you offer internships or co-op for high schoolers?
Absolutely. We're looking to do hiring come spring. We'll be doing a major hiring, so keep in touch. We are looking for high school and university students.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to suggest you reach out now. And for people who know, I love working with. I don't like working with interns. And I know that one post-secondary institution, they've put my information out on their co-op job boards already, and I'm already getting people applying. So maybe we need to have an offline conversation. You tell me what you're looking for, and I can make suggestions on who you should reach out to and when you should put out. But the summertime, they're starting to look. In fact, most post-secondary institutions, they want their students to have everything locked down by the end of next month.
Okay.
So definitely, if you have time in your Taylor Swift's tour schedule, we need to chat about that. That work?
Yeah, sure. That's good.
Good stuff. And how do you ensure compliance with Canadian aviation laws and standards?
Well, as a pilot, I have to make sure that I'm in compliance with all sites, before show, during show, and after show. Your permits are very, very specific to where you can set up longitude, latitude. So there's not really much you could do. And if you do not follow the rules and the authorities come out, they will stop your show. You can be fined. Thankfully that I have followed all the rules. I haven't had any citations. So we're in the good books.
Nice. You know what? I haven't done this yet. I have to come out to one of your shows this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, do an IG live.
There you go.
There you go. 100%. 100%. What has been I was going to ask the most exciting or memorable project you've worked on, but there's been so many. Can you give one or two that were really exciting and memorable for us?
I say it's like a chef, you're only as good as your last meal. And for me, I really like every show is so unique. I really loved the show that they did at Downsview Station for the Underground Railroad for Emancipation Day. That was really cool. Their storyline was really strong. I did another show at Downsview Park, which was on the other side of, one was at the TTC station and one was at the park. The park was for somebody's birthday party. It was his 10th annual big birthday bash. And he had like a robot and he had praying hands and he said, "Praise Yahweh." So it was really cool that, he was, giving God praise. So, those really stood out to me. The praying hands, praise Yahweh. And for me, what I do at every show is I always include FLIK at the end. So I get to see FLIK at every show.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, how do brands and audiences respond to aerial advertising? Do you think it creates a lasting impression?
Say it again?
How do brands and audiences respond to aerial advertising? Do you think it creates a lasting impression?
Oh, absolutely. Especially if the visuals are strong. It's trendy. People like to see it. If you are on point with your brand's message, you have a great opportunity to get viral, to have direct interaction, and really memorable that it's always videotaped and shared. They take the pictures and they share it. Did you see it? Do you want to see it? They post it. They talk about it. They're still in awe every time just because it's unique every time.
Nice.
Fireworks are great, but you know what to expect. It's a boom, boom, bang. With the drones, the level of design that you can do and the uniqueness of every show is really what makes it spectacular.
Nice. You have a video.
Oh, yes.
Let's see if we can. It's one thing to talk about drones. It's another thing to see FLIK FX in action. So we would see if we can put it into action here. We're crossing our fingers that it's going to come up. She'll be able to show it a little bit in action.
So I did this show. This would be a good. I did this for the Niagara Falls. Can you see?
Yep, we can see it. Yep.
Did this for the Niagara Falls Tourist Board.
Nice.
So this was 300 drones in the sky, and then obviously a drone filming the drones. And this show was rotating because this was more of an advertising. There wasn't an audience, so they wanted it to be seen from all directions. So it was spinning. So they were showing obviously their attractions, why you come to Niagara Falls for big entertainment. You can see the falls in the background. You come for the wine country. So this was a 12-minute show that's sped up. They're known for romance. So we really were able to capture the essence of what they really want to say, one wonder after another. So it was really cool, and that's the drones going up in formation. So it was really cool to see. And then the news people came out, and the news people from Buffalo, because you were able to see it from the Buffalo side of the falls as well as from our side.
This is so good. Yeah, and I'm thank you for allowing putting up the video, because now it's one thing for people to hear you talk about, you're showing what it's all about, that visual impact. And like our producer saying, looks awesome. That is good.
So yeah, this was a really good showcase of advertising.
Mm-hmm.
Being able, they didn't use the QR code though.
Interesting. All right. So I think that's done. We'll take it off. Yeah, that is so cool. So got comments already. People saying Dr. Tati says, love this. Charmaine Hussey, the first lady of ACBN, Afro Caribbean Business Network. Great information. Thanks. And Dr. Tati says, amazing.
Thank
Love
you.
it. Let me ask, you've mentioned that FLIK FX is committed to sustainable advertising. How do drones contribute in environmentally friendly marketing solutions compared to traditional methods?
Well, for us, compared to fireworks, we all know that fireworks, they have emissions, you light them off, they go into the air, they create all the smoke. With drones, you don't have that because you're using batteries that are reusable. They can be used multiple times a day, multiple times over. So the impact on the environment is a lot less, and the brilliance of the design is a lot more.
I got a question from Wayne Harris. Wayne says, do you do shows in winter months? Anything for Black History Month?
We can do shows in winter months and nothing for Black History Month, just because we're in the midst of the relaunch. So we'll start doing advertising in May.
All right. This is good. We're getting some more stuff. All right. So how do you craft aerial commercials to make them not only visually stunning, but also emotionally engaging for viewers?
Well, you really have to understand what they're trying to convey. Are they trying to sell something? Are they trying to advertise something? Are they trying to celebrate something? And then when you break that down and then you understand, is it an image? Is it a slogan? Is it a QR code? So you really have to understand what you're trying to do. That's the very first step. And then the design is easy once you understand what you're trying to convey. And again, like you like to say, once you show the value, everything else is easy.
Okay. As a founder and leader, how do you foster innovation and creativity within your team?
Well, I'm high energy. My design team is a really amazing, good professionals who've come from a design background within themselves. They've also worked with drones in their own individual field. So I was able to capture a lot of people with a wealth of experience in drone design and in personal graphic design. So it was a real good match.
Nice. Okay. And here's one I'll always like to chat with you about. How do you balance your roles as a tech innovator and entrepreneur with your personal life?
I don't balance. I just make it work. There's no such thing as balance.
Good answer. Good answer. Good
There's
answer.
no such thing. You get it done.
Don't get good, get done, right? There you go. So, can you share any fun or surprising facts about working with drones that people might not know?
The drones. The reason why they're called swarm drones is because it sounds like a swarm of bees. So when you hear them coming, it's like bzzz, and you're like, what is that? And then the sound is usually what captures you first because you want to know what's that noise. And then you look up and then you see these lights starting to form. So it's really the curiosity that really piques people. And then in the day of and modern day and age of phones, your first thing is when you see something that you're not quite sure of or what it is, curious, you take out your phone so you can film it.
Nice. Nice.
So
Really?
we really play on people's curiosity and we pique it by being creative.
Nice. Do you have any plans to expand FLIK FX Advertising beyond Ontario and even Canada?
Absolutely. I just completed the TAP program, which is with the Toronto Board of Trade Accelerator Program. So we are we understand that Canada is very cold and we don't want next winter to be here in the cold to start. So I'm looking to head south, particularly to the Caribbean, to open up shop down there to run year round, and then we'll figure out our winter operations.
Okay. What do you see as the biggest challenges with the in the area of drone advertising? What are the biggest challenges that market faces today?
Awareness. People don't know it exists. People don't understand what you mean when you say swarm drones. They don't understand what you mean when you say sky advertising. So it's really about educating the public and bringing awareness to them. And once they understand what it is, it just makes natural sense. When you look at the website and you see above the billboards your brand center stage, how do you beat that?
So true. So true. What opportunities do you see for growth and evolution in the industry?
Just the amount of drones being used, the in depth of the designs, 2D, 3D. The more drones that you use, the more intricate your designs get.
Nice.
So it's just more creativity that you could do. Now now I see that they're adding the fireworks to the drone, so you can mix and match the both of them. So we're finding a perfect harmony of creating spectacular images in the sky.
Okay. Minion Camp says we used to paint ads on buildings. Now they are using the sky. So it is a technology interruption.
Absolutely, that's the right word. We're disrupting.
I would say disruption, not interruption.
Yeah, that is the total plan.
And Hayden Morrison says, "Wow, this is spectacular. Obviously, this the cutting edge of a tired old industry." So
Absolutely.
that's why I said disruptive.
This is what really sets us apart is the entertainment versus the advertising. Like I said, everybody else is using drones for entertainment. They have the crowds, they have the audiences, and again, we don't look to compete. Just like with the fireworks, we want you guys to keep entertaining the audiences. We want you to keep drawing the crowds, and we'll go far left and advertise.
Nice. Where do you see drone advertising in the next 5 to 10 years?
On every corner.
Okay. All right. And are there any emerging technologies or innovations you're particularly excited about?
Well, there's so many. Like there's blankets, carpets. So you can hang like a banner, a 12 by 12 banner from a drone, and you can have a banner anywhere. So that banner is hanging from the drone that you can advertise anything anywhere. You could fly that drone anywhere. So there's so many new ways to advertise, and we understand every business is great, but every business needs to promote their business and advertise in some kind of a way. So in hitting in the advertising industry, we understand that at some point everybody is going to need to advertise. And if we make the package where it promotes the business, gives them maximum exposure for their money.
So what's your long-term vision for FLIK FX Advertising?
Sorry, you're muffled.
What is your long-term vision for FLIK FX Advertising?
Global.
You see, she's on point, family. She knows her stuff. Look at this. So Hayden says, kudos, Shevonne, for your vision and creativity. Many on campus, this would be a good thing for those big wedding proposals. You think? You think? You think?
And what we've identified is that drone shows were at an extremely high price point. And we figured out how to bring it down to an affordable price point so that small SMEs, medium SMEs, and large SMEs all can advertise in the sky.
She's on it. She's on it. Let me ask, what's one of the coolest shapes or logos or patterns you've ever created with drones? What's something?
I really like that wine glass, to be honest. When you see the bottle pop and then the glass, the wine pours into the glass and the glass fills up. I think that's really cool. And again, I really love the praying hands, you know. So you know, those two things. And then of course, when the first time I saw FLIK in the sky, those were my three favorite things.
Did you take a picture of FLIK in the sky?
Absolutely.
Okay, just want to check. I know you did, but I just gotta remember to do that. So what legacy do you hope to build through your work in drone technology and advertising?
Well, this is where I started at the beginning. Not just the drones, fireworks, pyrotechnics. Fireworks industry in Ontario, not Canada, is $100 million industry annually. Fireworks.
Wow.
And the learning curve for it is very short. And the population right now who are at the head of fireworks are aging out. They're elderly white men who are 50 to 70 years old that are aging out. What interested me when I first got onto my very first work site with fireworks was the gentleman said to me, I only do 5 shows a year. And I looked at him and I said, well, what do you mean 5 shows a year? And he's like, well, that's all I've got to do. I can work 5 times a year and it's enough to pay my bills. So when I looked it up, and, you know, public records, if you look at the shows, Mississauga, their 20-minute New Year's Eve show is $286,000, 20-minute show.
Whoa.
5 shows a year. What more do you need to do?
Exactly. You're good.
He says, well, Shevonne, one show pays my bills for the year. One show I invest. One show I go for savings. One show we have fun with, my recreational. And one show is my just in case money.
Enough said. Enough said.
And that's one city. And I'm saying, wait a minute, that's Mississauga. There's Brampton, there's Barrie, there's Oshawa, there's wait a minute, what are we talking about here? But nobody talks about these things, and they bring their brother, their sister, their cousins in, and they keep it all within themselves. And I started getting out there, and I'm saying, well, no, okay, I'm not seeing Black men, I'm not seeing Black women, I'm the only Black face out here. Why does nobody not know that people are getting paid hundreds of thousands? The Toronto, the Ashbridges Bay, July 1st was $144,000, 14 minutes. Why?
Say that
Why
again.
don't we
Say
not
that
talk
again.
about
Say
this?
that again.
Toronto,
How much?
Ashbridge is free. 14 minutes, $144,000. So not only did I get into the fireworks, I then became a licensed trainer. So I was saying, okay, now we need to start ushering people into this field. You asked, what is my legacy? My legacy is to usher as many Black faces into the aerospace industry, whether it's fireworks, pyrotechnics, or drones, and get them paid into these industries and take over and show them Black excellence and Black representation.
Mic drop. Dr. Tachi has eyes emoji when you heard how much money. The Mignon Cam says, that's how I felt when I found out the pet industry has gone mega corporation mergers. And the Macmillan Group goes, always knew it was profitable. Now for a career switch.
So I'm looking this year to really start, okay, I've started the business. I can start ushering them in. I can start bringing in the young people who want to be in it
Yes.
and get them trained and get them working.
Are there any upcoming projects or events where people can see FLIK FX work in action?
I would say May. Look out for me in May. We're going to be launching again the advertising space. Right now we're in training. So I will be looking to do my recruiting shortly. Just to start getting the crews in to start working on the formations and getting the drones out and them getting used to so here's how I describe how it works. It's like when you get on a plane, you have a pilot, a co-pilot, and then you have the flight attendants. The pilot and the co-pilot, they fly the plane. The flight attendants take care of the passengers. Your passengers would be the drones. So we would be looking for flight attendants, crew members to take care of the drones, and then work their way up. We will be looking for project managers to then train to become pilots to take over some of the sites, because we're looking to start with 2 locations and that will expand 2 to 4, 4 to 10. So it will grow quickly and fast.
We've reached our limit because you're on the clock, right?
I've got probably 15 more minutes.
Oh gosh, you actually spaced out for us?
Yeah.
Lord of mercy. So family, questions. I think people are just blown away. I think you're just going, first of all, many people didn't know this existed. Okay, questions are coming in. Wayne Harris has a question. Are the contracts open to tender or sole sourced to incumbents?
What do you mean? The city contracts?
Yeah, I think he means the city contracts.
Yeah.
And if it's anything different, Wayne, please clarify in the comments.
You have to fill out the RFQs. They do have special consideration. If you are Black certified, you do get extra points on your procurement. So that's another way to go around it, because they are looking to get Black people in there, but there's nobody in there. So they can't hire people who aren't there.
But you're there.
Yes.
You're there. That's the most important thing. When you
just this morning, I saw, I'll tell you, two bids came out just this morning for city contracts.
I have a question after you find. I don't want to interrupt you what you're looking for, but
yes, town of Newmarket and the town of Lincoln.
Is it your vision as the business grows to have someone doing all the RFQs, or do you still want to be involved in that?
Oh, absolutely. I'm trying to be Coca-Cola.
What, sugar and sweet?
No, I'm trying to get, I learned something a long time ago and it really stuck with me. that, you know, if the business depends upon you, it's broken. So I'm doing all that I can to duplicate what I do and move away from it as quickly as possible. And I understand that that is the quickest way to scale. So, do I want to be hands in everything? No. I want professionals to do what they do. I have great ideas that need to be supported by several different departments. So I may be, you know, a great spokesperson, and a lot of the ideas do stem from me, but they're shaped and they're formed by a whole team.
Okay. Mignon Cam says, I know many industries are rich because the riches are in the niches. The specialist always gets paid. Facts. Specialists always get paid. Example, who gets paid more, your general practitioner doctor or an eyes, ears, and nose throat doctor?
Mhm.
Wayne Harris, again, when I need questions, Wayne is on the button. Dr. Tachi's after, but Wayne Harris first. Would buying other companies help with expansion versus competing?
I don't have any competition because they're in the entertainment space.
All right. Dr. Tachi says, excuse me, is this the type of business you can do from a distance, or is this, excuse me, purely local?
Technically, I can set up a headquarters and run right across the world if I wanted to, simultaneous locations, thanks to technology.
Is that something you have thought about?
Eventually.
Okay. All right. Keep the questions coming, family. She's rapid fire. Bang, 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 bang. She's on it. What have you learned? This is an interesting question, I believe, or conversation. What have you learned about the deals that haven't gone through?
Oh, I've learned a lot. I've rewritten my contract, I would say 17,000 times. After every client, I've learned something new. I've had to update it. I've learned something new, not about them, but about myself, of what I'm not willing to do or what I'm not willing to accept. Um, I find that Dr. Vibe told me that the ones that give you headaches in the beginning will give you headaches in the end. And I hold fast to that now. And that's often an advice that, you know, if somebody asks me, you know, what advice would you give to somebody? Is if they give you grief in the beginning, walk away, because I guarantee you, it's not going to be worth your time, and it's not a right fit. It's just not a right fit, because everybody who I've bent over for has come back to actually bite me in the ass. Sorry, pardon my French, literally. And I've learned not to do it again because it wasn't worth it. It just wasn't worth it.
When
So
did
thank you, Dr. Vibe, for that?
Just a thought. So, Dr. Tachi says, do you have private individuals that hire you for drone shows, or is it mainly larger companies?
Well, when I started, I went to who I knew I could put the idea in their mind. So I have a way of, I come to you, I know you're having an event coming up, and I give you a vision of what you didn't know you wanted, didn't think you even thought of, and then all of a sudden you need to have it. So I've been able to successfully do that in the shows that I have acquired. And that has been like I said, with the Black people who I know who keep annual larger scale events, who I knew would have the budget, and it would be an elevation to what they've done previous years. So yes, I've done private. Last year, one guy, as I said, he did it for his birthday party, but he had a birthday party at Downsview Park.
Wow. What was the impetus for you to restructure your business?
Another saying I've heard that I really liked was, pivot, never panic. You have to really follow where the world is going. Fireworks have been here for the last 1,500 years, but you have to look at where the world is going, and the world is going to drones. So you have to keep your hand on the pulse, but keep an eye on the future. So if you could do both simultaneously, you're ahead of the game.
Where do you're very creative. Where do you generate your creativity ideas from when it comes to the business? Are there certain things you keep a watch on? I'm the type of individual, I will see something on the street and I say, some way, somehow I've got to incorporate in the product offerings. Where do you source your creativity from for the business?
Well, I like to say God. I sit down and I say, well, God, what are we going to do today? And, at some point it comes to me. Um, it's usually in conversation. Um, I was working with the fireworks. I remember the first name that I had for the fireworks was MMC, which was after my children. And at the time I was giving out fireworks, and with every fireworks I was giving them, I still do, with every fireworks you purchase from me, you get a free lighter. So I was flicking with the lighter and flick and flick and flick. And somebody
Okay.
called me and said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm flicking. And I was like, flick the fireworks.
Okay.
So it's literally usually in conversation that
Oh my goodness. Now there we go. I didn't have it where you got the name. Maybe I don't know if you ever said that to me before, but that's nice. Nice. Organic. Love it. Dr. Tachi says, in your opinion, what's next after drones?
Well, they have the jet packs where you can beam yourself up, and I would think it'd be teleporting, because I was watching I was watching A Different World, and in one of the episodes, Dwayne Wayne is saying, I'm going to invent the telephone where the picture phone. And he was saying this in I think it was like 88, that episode was, when I checked back the date. And, they were talking about it then. We're doing it now. We see the Jetsons are teleporting. So are we going to be able to say, okay, forget traffic, Dr. Vibe, I'm in the studio?
There you go. Well, Dr. Chin, you gave us 15 extra minutes. I ain't going to go past it.
All right.
Any final words you have for the Morning Joe family?
Well, I keep saying that I was in class with some students the other day, and when they say, how did you get here? And I said, I have no idea. 5 years ago, I owned a restaurant. I had no idea I'd be in fireworks. I had no idea I'd transition into anything. So really be open, don't be hard fixed and anything. And, just fall in love with every day. And I think that's where my excitement really comes from. I was talking to somebody and they called me and I was like, hey, so what's new and exciting? And he was like, nothing. And I was like, nothing? What do you mean nothing? You don't have anything you're excited? Like, what are you working on? You don't have any goals? Like nothing? Okay, I gotta go. Bye. Like, like, be excited. Be excited about life. Find something to be excited about. And, you'll be surprised at what comes at you.
Wonderful. Well, look, thank you for taking time to hang out with us this morning. I have a feeling we'll be chatting sooner than later, but it's less now because you're you're even more busy. And fact, family, I knew her when. So I know a lot about the story, and I'm just very proud of Dr. Chin. Very, very proud. It's on the screen. If you want to find out about FLIK FX, website's there, Instagram is there, email is there, LinkedIn is there. As always, Dr. Shevonne Chin, don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And if you're not making money, make history, but you're doing both. Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody. Have a great week.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, family. There you go. There's a trailblazer. only one in her industry. Hello, hello, hello. So, did you enjoy the conversation this morning? I surely did. I learned some things I didn't know. Colin Williams says, we need this. Absolutely. And Samantha says, what a good show. Bam. We need this. And what a good show. All right. So we are in close down time. So a few things as usual. Please subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Want to get challenge? Let's see if we can hit 1,670 by the end of the week. If you've already subscribed, fantastic. Then I would ask, just tell people about it. Then like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Also, join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Email me at dr.vibe@thedrvibeshow.com. To advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I'm on, email me dr.vibe@thedrvibeshow.com. Also, if you're watching this before 8 p.m. Eastern Time on January 29th, on the Dr. Vibe Show this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, David Lewis Pert will be talking about the importance of positive representations of Black men and masculinity. Let's do some other stuff. If you want to get in touch with Mr. Ryan Oneil Knight, there is his information on the screen. Ryan Oneil Knight, and that's KNIGHT.com. LinkedIn, Ryan Oneil Knight. Also Instagram at Ryan.Knight99. Email address, workwithme@RyanOneilKnight.com. Myself, you can get a hold of me at the website, the drvibeshow.com. YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, The Dr. Vibe Show. Instagram at The Dr. Vibe Show. And X, The Dr. Vibe Show. Email dr.vibe@thedrvibeshow.com. Also, I am on Blue Sky at drvibe.bsky.social. And you can watch replays of this epic conversation at the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, the Afro Caribbean Business Network on Facebook, and Ryan Oneil Knight on YouTube. All right, I think we have one more comment. Oh, look at this. Wayne Harris is shouting out Dr. Shevonne Chin, saying, congratulations on finding something super specialized and profitable. So he's giving a big shout out to Dr. Shevonne Chin. Fantastic. All right, so it's time to close it down. Again, those who are available, see on Wednesday about Black men and representation. This Friday, Mignon Cam will be back. Next, a week from today, a week from today, we have a lady, another super Black woman who started her own, lingerie company for larger size ladies. So looking forward to that. Another trailblazer. Good morning, Ryan Singh. You're going to have to watch the replay. Sorry about that, but you're going to have to watch the replay. But good morning to you and your family. Hope you are fine and safe. Okay. Oh, Ryan is saying, Minnie says, I do last Fridays this week. Yes, you do. Ryan Singh says, Ray of Hope on CBC Gem, January 31st. So catch it. Great documentary. Great documentary. Thank you so much for alerting us on that. All right. As always, live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions, then aim bigger, aim better, aim higher and wider. Love, faith, and respect. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And if you're not making money, make history. God bless. Peace to all. Keep the faith and walk good.
This whole thing of using your business with plant-based products, don't you think your life should reflect that too?
Juke him, Carolyn. Juke him. The family loves us here because they're saying Fitness IQ Can says put a wig on to get in.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Like the ideas are just coming fast and furious here this morning. What? Okay, look at this. Global Women Ambassador. Good morning. Look forward. Okay.